All right, welcome back to Just Ranked. We're here, the four guys you used to seeing. I'm Dink. We have Joe, Chris, and Jim. Of course, we're a music podcast that ranks their top four favorite, best songs of a certain topic, and tonight's topic is INXS. I love this band, so it's fitting that I'm hosting. I have a small intro that I will read. It is my lovely notes that I put together, so bear with me. The band itself was formed in 1977 in Sydney, Australia. Originally called Vegetables. And then the Ferris Brothers. I don't think the singer Michael Hutchence was a fan of the Ferris Brothers name. In 79, the band was renamed to INXS. The inspiration for the name was said to come from their manager, Chris Murphy, and Australian band AC/DC's manager, Michael Browning. But that's what's out there on the interwebs. I have watched interviews with Andrew Ferris, the keyboardist and one of the brothers, and he has said that the band name came from a stage crew or the lighting guy for Midnight Oil's band. That he liked the name INXS, and they grabbed it and took it. Nevertheless, they took the name and the band was born. Founding members include Gary, yes, double Gary, Beers. Andrew Ferris, like I said, keyboardist and guitarist. John Ferris on drums. Other brother Tim Ferris on lead guitar. Kirk Pengley, the guitarist and saxophonist. And, of course, the charismatic Michael Hutchence on lead vocals. In the early years, they traveled across Australia playing pubs and small clubs and released an album self-titled in 1980. Followed that up with another entitled Underneath the Colors. In the 80s, as the 80s moved on, INXS would slowly rise to international fame with their third album, Shabu Shaba, in 82, which reached beyond the Australian shores with large help from producer Mark Opitz, who helped sculpt their sound. Of course, producer Chris Thomas was also there for a lot of their iconic sound. 84, they released The Swing, which blended funk, rock, and new wave. And, of course, in 85, they broke across the world and really in North America with Listen Like Thieves. Based strongly on one song, which I won't mention because that's probably coming up on a list.
Assume.
I think that's pretty safe to say it's on Joe's.
It might have because I mentioned it before in a previous show.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, they became a household name in 87 when they released Kick. Everybody knew Kick. Everybody had Kick. Rose to superstardom, right? Polished production, infectious hooks, great album front to back. Just iconic, right?
Yeah.
And you know, as the 80s ended and they turned in the 90s, and the band evolved, it was a little bit different, right? They started to experiment with their sound with X and Welcome to Wherever You Are in 92. And they never reached quite the heights of success that Kick had. Then, of course, in 97, tragedy struck the band when Michael Hutchence was found dead in a Sydney hotel room. I've stated before in other shows, and I think you guys, we've talked about this off camera, because I love this band so much, I was stunned when I heard he died, right? And in 97, I wasn't actively listening to them, to be honest. But they were still right up there. They are I always say they're my second favorite band behind AC/DC, but they're really 1B. They're right there. If I had to choose, I would probably swing towards AC/DC, but INXS is right there for me. So that was upsetting across the music world, right? Like, he was an iconic figure, like often referred to as or compared to Jim Morrison for the way he led the band, right? And then over the years, the band experimented with other singers, New Zealand's John Stevens, Terence Trent D'Arby, who was a close friend of of Michael Hutchence, and who Chris had in one of our other episodes. He played a gig with them when they opened the Stadium Australia.
I didn't know that.
Canadian JD Fortune obviously won the Rockstar in INXS show, and so he recorded an album with them. And then after he was kind of kicked to the curb, Kieran Gribben performed with the band for a while. Right now, the band is, I think, on, I would guess, a permanent hiatus, because I know Andrew's doing solo stuff. I don't know if the other guys are doing anything, to be quite honest. But yeah, they had 11 studio albums. 10 with Michael, 1 with JD Fortune, 12 technically if you count Original Sin, which was released in 2010, which is a compilation with guest vocalists covering all the earlier songs. They say they have 12 studio. I don't consider that a studio album, but I guess so. The band sold over 15 million units in the United States alone, making them the third highest selling Australian music act in the States, behind AC/DC and the Bee Gees. They've sold 50 million records worldwide.
Wow.
So with that, gentlemen, I give you my second favorite band of all time. They've been a mainstay in my life since the release of Listen Like Thieves, which I recorded off my sister. I think I mentioned that in another episode. And I also mentioned I saw them 3 times, twice in a week in '88 with Michael, once with JD. I even attempted to grow my hair like Michael in grade 9 and grade 10.
Oh, you're so sexy.
Nice.
Cute.
I've had 4 or 5 INXS shirts that I've wore right to shreds, either the shirts or don't fit because of their shape or my shape.
Shape.
It's a shape, right? But anyway, we film these shows at night. So now that the day is over, let's live, baby, live. Joe, I pass it to you.
Nice intro, man. That's
Very nice.
Intro. Very nice intro. It's about half as long as my Prince episode will be.
I know, I was trying to rattle through. I'm like, shit, this is going to be 30 minutes.
I'll have a PowerPoint presentation.
I'll just bring a squishmallow and sleep, and just somebody
let us know when it's our turn, man.
Yep.
Hour 3. Okay. No, I was excited when we announced this show internally. We're discussing what subjects we're going to cover. We always just, Jimmy and Ding come up with a list of subjects we're going to do, and this came up, which I knew was going to come up because Ding's second favorite band. But
Inevitable.
yeah, that being said, though, it's not it's a band. Again, like everybody else, like Ding was saying, I knew every note on Kick, every song. You know, it's a great album. I don't like saying feel bad because it makes me feel like I'm giving them pity, but I feel sad that they didn't at least stay that popular for a while in the United States. They had a couple minor hits too, and we'll get into that because I'm sure there'll be some picks in there. But yeah, so anyhow, that leads me into my number 4 pick. The song is from the same name of the same album. It's Elegantly Wasted from 1997. Yep. It's from their 10th studio album. I love this song because, again, it reminds me of Kick. In fact, I think when I was looking up, this song was actually written on purpose to sound like Kick. So it makes sense. The song became the band's 4th and last number 1 song in Canada. Hit number 27 in the United States. And number 2, if you're going to count the Billboard Adult Alternative chart. So,
okay,
very specific chart. The song, of course, was written by Hutchence and Ferris. According to Hutchence, the song was written after a night on the town with U2.
Really?
Yeah, well, Michael and Bono were very close friends.
Yeah, very close, yeah. Of course, the song is very famous for adding the additional lyrics. The band was unaware that Hutchence added to the song, where he either sang "I'm elegantly wasted" or "I am better than Oasis." And we talked about the song in a previous show. I think I even had a clip of the incident of the 1996 Brit Awards when The Gallagher brothers, the lovely Gallagher brothers that everyone just loves because they're the nicest guys in the world. When they were accepting an award, of course, Noel Gallagher had to open his giant cake hole and said, essentially, what our has-beens doing giving away awards.
Right.
And Hutchins, he was very cool on stage. I would have probably strangled and killed the guy on camera. I mean, that would have been better TV, I think. But they did have an altercation afterwards where Hutchins apparently, they threw a few fists and Hutchins threw a fire extinguisher at the brothers. And so,
nice.
So he, obviously very angry. I don't blame him. I couldn't find out. I tried looking forever what the rest of the band thought of the additional vocal.
Yeah, they don't know.
Shit. I couldn't find out. So that's my number 4, Elegantly Wasted from the album Elegantly Wasted.
Solid. For me, it conjures up memories of the whole Oasis thing.
Absolutely.
And for me, like I said, even though I wasn't listening to them actively in 97 or near the end of their career, when I do listen to their stuff now, it just reminds me that he's no longer here, right?
Yeah.
Where the earlier stuff doesn't. You know what I mean? I don't know why. But.
No, I get it. I had the same with the Prince when I listened to his last 3 or 4 albums. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
You want to have happy memories, but sometimes
solid choice.
Now my next 3.
Jimmy got notes? Jimmy.
I was just gonna say I really like that chorus. It really grabs you.
Yeah.
Just that there's a real cool tone to that I like. It's
and you're right, it does have an earlier, for me it's not really kick, but it does have an earlier feel than some of their later stuff. Like I said in my intro, they did kind of, I don't want to say go off the rails, but a little bit different. Like they were trying different things, right? So and they didn't catch with a lot of people. They're like, oh no, we're done with these guys. Like,
yeah, and that's always, I think, the fear of when you're a band that's been around for a little bit. You have to move with the times. We're even talking U2, they change their sound over time. Prince changes his sound over time. Madonna. I mean, so many artists have been around for 10 years or longer. You have to change your sound and somehow try to sound like yourself, right?
Yeah. Right.
So that's the fear, is you might create something to try to be with the times or try to be ahead of the times, and it doesn't resonate with anybody.
Yeah.
Right. And then you alienate all of your fans, possible new fans, and your current and past fans. So
the funny thing about some of that kind of stuff is when you see interviews with the bands, some of that music is their favorite. Not the shit that was popular that everybody loved, that they got sick of playing. It's the stuff that they tried to be different, right? They love those albums, but they also know to not probably play it as much. And this band's different because they're not playing, but other bands say that they don't play it as much in concert, even though it's their favorite music to play.
No, I can see why. Yeah.
Piggybacking on what you just said, Joe could probably agree with me or not.
No.
Most of the times, being in bands, my favorite songs were the songs that were not the beloved songs.
Not well received, right?
Same.
Not well received, but it was just I don't know, maybe I had a part in the lyrics. Maybe I had a part in doing the Michael Jackson humming guitar lines. Maybe I had a part on starting the song based on my drum patterns. And you just fall in love with that, and that's the song that you want to play. You don't always get to play it. So I don't know if you agree with that, Joe. So I agree with your statement.
I'm not joking. This is hilarious. I literally just had this conversation with my son last night because we were sitting outside. It was 93 degrees out yesterday in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's been hot as shit everywhere.
Fucking hot, man. So anyway, we're sitting outside his deck before we get ready to go see fireworks, and we're on his deck. And he starts smiling. He goes, guess what song I listened to? I've listened to like 35 times this week. I'm like, I don't know what song. He's like, he picked one of my songs off one of my first album. And it's a song called Misplaced. But I laughed. He's like, why are you laughing? I said, that's one of our most popular streamed songs. I said, the funny thing about that is, I said, the 3 songs we probably think least of, which is, one song called Charlie Brown, one song called Man on the Hill, another song, this song Misplaced. Not that we don't like them. It's just not our favorites, are our top 3 streaming songs.
Yeah, Man on the Hill, I think, is one of your best songs.
So there you go. That's the one song I wrote the chorus on. I'm like, it's kind of rudimentary. I don't know, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the 2 songs the band just absolutely loved, Unglued and Fine Day for a Robbery. We think those are the best songs ever. On lowest in our streaming numbers.
Weird, right? It's just like you just never
I think
know
it's kind of how it is, though.
right?
Yeah. I think, and that's why when people say, "Hey, did you know this song was a hit?" and most bands and most acts will be like, "I didn't know. I was writing the song." I firmly believe that. I'm sure there's sometimes they knew it was a hit, but because I think most bands are that way. They gravitate to one or two or three songs on the album that they really love, and it's probably not the most commercial.
And
Yeah,
some
there's got to
bands
be moments. Like in the Nickelback documentary, I think it's Ryan Peake, the guitarist. His wife was upstairs when either he played it for Chad, How You Remind Me, or vice versa, and she goes, "That's a hit." Right? So some kind of do jump out, right?
Well, just like we explained Tears for Fears when he was doodling on the guitar, right? In the intro to Everybody Loves the World, it was just a guitar doodle. He thought it was dumb, and his wife's like, "That's a
hit, right? Play that, do that, right?
Keep going with that." Yeah,
men, listen to your wives.
Right. There's the main message.
So my next three are probably a little more rudimentary. They might be some samesies. So my number 3 is Devil Inside from the album Kick, obviously 1987. One thing about this song, because this song switched with 2 other songs from Kick, and it dawned on me, and they're actually right next to each other on the album. They're all boom, boom, boom. And I've always considered these 3 songs kind of like the trifecta. Why? Yeah, because they obviously sound like INXS songs, but they all kind of sound similar. But when I kind of went back and listened to them again, Devil Inside sticks out because that's the naughty one. That's the slinky one. That's the dirty one, right? There's an underlying meaning behind it. There's a little bit of aggression too. So that's why it kind of stuck out for me. So like I was talking about before, it was oh my God, what was it? I lost my notes. I don't know. I forgot again. But I just realized, I didn't realize this until I was doing the notes too, that Atlantic Records, which was NXS's record label, rejected the album Kick. Said there were no hits on this album.
What?
Said there are no hits on an album that had 5 hits.
Yeah.
They were told.
Holy shit.
They were told by the bigwigs, you need to go back and re-record the entire album. And at that point in time, it would have cost them over $1 million to re-record the album. Which obviously no band wants to,
right? Like who's the drunk guy at the board table there?
Again, I just watched a video yesterday of Kevin Smith talking about something else, and he explained it perfectly. He's like, the entertainment industry is the only industry where you can fail upwards. I think that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I'm a former teacher. Sorry, educators, but okay, that administration is not great. A lot of principals are awful because they were administrators on schools and they want to get rid of them. So they interview for a job in his former school who absolutely hate him and be like, yeah, he's great. He's great. He's wonderful. Well, now he's a principal somewhere.
Yeah.
That's, I think, how it happens in the entertainment industry. So what happened though, their manager actually took the song Need You Tonight and worked secretly with Atlantic's marketing department and have them push it on college radios. And once it started charting on college radios, that's when Atlantic decided to give it a United States release. I'm like, really? It took you that? On an amazing, because there's other great songs that aren't the hits either. I mean,
right.
So Devil Inside was the lead single from the album, obviously. It was actually the guitar part was actually 2 years old that Andrew Ferris had written. And one of the last things they brought to the album and just kind of say, oh, this is something I had 2 years ago. And Hutchins put lyrics to it. And according to Hutchins, the song is actually about the chaos of everything. So the chaos in your life.
Yeah, so cool, right?
Yeah.
He was
A lot of that.
He said the song was supposed to be about good and evil and that both exist in everyone.
Clearly, yeah.
The song, seriously, honestly, it represents the highs and lows of his life at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord knows it'll only get worse as years will go by. But in 1992, Hutchins had an altercation with a taxi driver and a Dutch taxi driver where he was struck in the head and knocked him unconscious. This was kept secret and it caused him to have brain damage. The injury actually caused him to lose his taste of smell and taste, or his sense of taste and smell, and change his personality according to his sister. And he would cause him to have severe mood swings.
Never quite the same after.
Yeah, makes sense. Because we all know his life after, the next 3-4 years was this chaos. I mean,
well, yeah, massive depression.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the 3 songs I call the trifecta were actually New Sensation, Devil Inside, and New Year Tonight. They're all in a row on the album. And like I said, Devil, they all kind of sound similar to me, but Devil Inside is the one that really sticks out because again, that's the one that's got a little more grit to it, you know?
Yeah.
Hit number 2 in US and number 3 in Canada. So for the first time, one of those few times, the United States knew better than Canada did. So that's my number 3 song, Devil
Probably
Inside.
our Atlantic guy at the board table.
Yeah. Yeah. The committee has decided this album sucks.
Well, you mentioned those 3 songs. It's seemingly, I didn't look this up, I didn't research it, but seemingly those songs, that album, they were throwing singles out constantly. We talked about it on another show. I can't remember which one. Go back and watch all of them to find out what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and then tell us what show that was.
Exactly. Leave us in the D-Rocker. Tell us in the comments.
He probably knows.
Absolutely. We love you. This album in particular, seems like that all of the songs, even though they were constant airplay. It was the hottest album out there. And like as soon as you said the name of that song, I just in my head. And he has like a really sexy voice in this. I'm not gonna lie. He's got that tone, and he sings like he has a secret. So,
and even you can even say the same thing about the guitar tone, the guitar riff there, the tone. It's not a straight distortion. It's a little weird sound. It's kind of clean.
That's straight out of the amp.
It's so freaking cool, man. So cool.
You're right, but it was everywhere, right? Like the band was and that album was, but that
whole fucking album,
that song, you'd hear it at fashion shows, you'd hear it everywhere, right? Like, not that I went to a lot of fashion shows.
Well, you did with that hairdo, though, right?
Fuck.
Wait, did you ever get mad at your goalie master and screw up your hairdo?
Yeah, no, I was not playing hockey then. Thank God, I was in retirement. And like,
mine part because I had a strap going straight down the back that made me do this "Hey Arnold" thing. Oh my God! And you could not get rid of it. You couldn't because it was like permanently pressed.
Oh man, makes sense. You're both goalies.
I was never good. He was good.
He
was good.
My number 2.
I'd take up more than that.
My number 2 is from 1990. It's from the album X, and again, it's probably the best song on the album. It's "Suicide Blonde." My favorite song on the album. Again, written by Ferris and Hutchins. After the band took a year-long break, they needed a break. They said the song hit number 9 U.S. and number 1 in Canada.
Yes, it did.
Once again, Canada knew better.
Yes,
the song is actually about, do you know? Kylie Minogue.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say it and then be like.
So I found this at 3 different spots, so it must be legit. So, right? I mean, I don't know. It's the internet. The internet never lies.
Well, that's right around their breakup, right? In 90 or 91, like
1990. So the song is actually originates from the night Hutchins and Kylie Minogue attended the debut of her 1989 dramatic film "Delinquents." I didn't realize she was.
See that one? I didn't see that one.
No, I didn't see it. I think it was only in Australia. I don't know.
Must have missed that one.
Right.
But anyhow, for the premiere, he made her wear a blonde wig because he said it made her look dangerous.
Ooh.
And he called her that night a suicide blonde.
Oh, nice.
Ironically enough, "Suicide Blonde" would be the final song performed live in front of an audience by Hutchins in 1997, September 27th, 1997. It was the encore song for a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania show. Just a couple months before his death on November 22nd.
Did you say 87 or 97?
97.
Okay, sorry.
Yep. That's my number 2, "Suicide Blonde." Like I said, I think probably the biggest hit off the album, and I think the best song off the album X. But
that video was in heavy rotation.
Yeah, the song was huge. I will disagree that it's the best song, but it's definitely
sure.
But yeah, that's a good thing about music. But it was so huge, man. And that gap with them after their massive tour, and they took that break because I was like, give me something.
Yeah.
Right. And then it was this. They released this. This was the first single off the album, I believe.
Yep.
and I was like, holy shit. Just the way the song starts, even, right?
Yeah.
I will agree
I'm not
with
gonna
Dink. I don't think it's the best song off the album, and that will come apparent when I do my list.
Ooh, a little tease, if you will.
But if we still did the honorable mention, it was going to be my honorable mention.
There we go.
Right. We're not doing honorable mentions.
Yeah, honorable mentions.
But we're not doing it.
Done.
But if it was, it would have been that one. It would have been Suicide Blonde.
I would have had.
Just saying, it would have been Suicide Blonde.
Had it been there.
No notes.
Great choice.
So-
Great choice.
thank you.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's a great song. Again, my top 4 is nothing, groundbreaking. We've already talked about the song, and Dink alluded to my song in the intro. I've mentioned before when if we do an INXS show, it would be my number 1. It certainly is.
Where'd you get that together?
It's the song that made him big everywhere, right?
Yes.
It's What You Need off the album. Listen Like Thieves from 1985. It's the first single off the album. Hit number 5 in the US and only number 21 in Canada.
Yeah, that is. I agree.
Again, well, I shouldn't say again. This is before Kick, but they were told again with this album there were no hits.
Right?
They were told.
They're
They
like,
had to go
yeah,
back
we've
to
heard
the
this
studio.
before. No, never mind. We've heard that before.
We'll hear that again in the future. But they actually took that to heart. They had 1 day contracted left in the studio. They went back to the studio and they wrote this song in that session, wrote it and recorded it. I say wrote it, but they kind of cheated. But Andrew Ferris, what happened, remember, he had a cool riff he had wrote called Funk Song Number 13.
Right.
He played it for producer Chris Thomas. He really liked it. And that's a song they worked on and recorded in 24 hours.
Nice.
Wow.
I love
I
it.
don't know how many times when we go through these lists and you go through the these hits that were giant and they're on our list, they are, oh, there was the last song written and it was written in 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
In haste. Yeah.
And maybe that's the thing. Maybe you have an idea and all of a sudden you're forced and the juices are flowing over. Like I said, they felt the pressure. They need to have a hit for that album because they felt the record company kind of teetering on them. So yeah, they came back with a giant hit with What You Need. That's my number 1.
And I will add that because again, I've watched so much stuff on this band. So now, again, another interview with Andrew Ferris, but it got so big and made them such a, I don't want to say household name because I said that in my intro for Kick, but it really, really broke them. That he was worried they would never do anything, that this was it. This was their climax, if you want to say.
They're going to peak. Yeah.
Yeah, this was their peak, right? And so he talked to Michael like on the side, I guess, from the band and said, is this the best we're ever going to do? And I guess Michael was worried about it too. That's probably why they did Kick so well, that the two of them were so worried that they had peaked, right? Because there was like you mentioned in your notes here, like it was the two of them.
Yeah.
Right. And the other guys surely had influence, like any band. Once you bring it in front of everyone, they all put a little bit of their spin. But he's also said that any guitar riff he came up with that he gave to Kirk and his brother Tim, they didn't play with it that much. They played it the way Andrew wanted it, with maybe slight tinkering. But and that was the essence of the band. Like, okay, here's what I have. Okay, let's try this. Okay, that's exactly what I'm picturing. And like I said, small tinkering maybe with the drums or or whatever, but that was my note, was about the peaking with that song, and of course they didn't. But
and I think every band goes through that, because I think even a Def Leppard documentary about Hysteria, they were afraid that Pyromania was going to be. They're like, is this it? Because it had been so big in the United States, they still hadn't sold any at home in the UK.
Right.
As big as they were here, they were nobody's back
and because
home.
of all their trauma with Rex,
tragedy.
they went a large time without doing anything. They're probably like, "Fuck, was that it? We're never going to do anything, and are we ever going to do anything as well?" Like,
yeah. So I could completely understand. Jimmy, you had something?
Yeah. Dink, you were talking about how they felt this is our peak. The good thing that happens when you have an out of nowhere massive selling album is your next album, they give you a lot more money to record.
Right? Yeah.
So they got lucky that they had a double budget between Listen Like Thieves and Kick.
Right.
So they actually had more time to pre-produce, go and record and stuff like that. So there's some luxuries that a lot of bands don't get when you go from having $100,000 to record Listen Like Thieves. I think it was just under that, to almost a blank check for
Yeah, that's true. And in fact, they had that blank check where they could fly him and Ferris, Hutchinson Ferris flew to freaking, where is it, the Philippines for a month?
Wasn't Harrison there too?
Yeah, and they came back. They just said we're going to write the entire album. They came back with the essentially formed. That's amazing. Yeah. So yeah, and then they had all that time and all that money to polish that album to perfection, pop perfection.
And along with that, because of the popularity, they had exposure in other places, which you don't normally get, right? So John Hughes had one of their songs on Pretty in Pink. Yep. Lost Boys had them and Jimmy Barnes on their soundtrack pre-Kick, right? So the popularity of Listen Like Thieves, the extra money, the extra exposure, right? But then, of course, then there's extra demand. You better put out something good. And maybe that's why some douchebag at the board table was like, this is no good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they got fired after the second.
Oh, yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to love it.
And my honorable mention. Oh, never mind.
Oh, no, we're not doing those.
Well, I just have one more nostalgia note.
Sure.
When I was younger, I was an artist, blah, blah, blah. I went to this. I got selected because of my art teacher put me into this list for the Twin City Institute of Talented Youth at McAllister College. I think it was 9th grade. So I spent 3 weeks at McAllister College in this really crazy, heavy pressure society, art skilled college. And you didn't have any, say in who your roommate was. And I had this real fucking douchey prick of a roommate. He would smoke is it Yves Saint Laurent clove cigarettes. You really need to listen to this band, Jimmy. And he was from Alexandria, Minnesota, so fuck off. Not that Alexandria is bad, but he was a pompous little prick. Anyway, but he introduced Listen Like Thieves to me. And I remember going, fuck, this is kind of, and I was strictly metal, Michael Jackson, whatever. Love Michael Jackson. So I was, Iron Maiden is the best thing ever, that kind of little douchey kid. And this INXS kind of blew my mind on Listen Like Thieves. So there's a really cool memory tied to with what you were just saying.
That's cool. Yeah. I love that.
And that's kind of even with What You Need. I had the same thing. It's like it just reminds me of that day and time as well when that song came out. Again, when you're talking 84 to 87, that's my prime music time right there, I think, and that's right in the middle. So yeah.
And that opening string, ring.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I mean, I don't know how you planned that. It's cool. Yeah, I tried figuring out too the intro if that was like an accident or how they came about that, and it was just I guess it was part of his demo that he had. So that's all I can find.
That's cool.
So. That's my list. We're off to Barry Dalen. It's all yours, man.
Dalen? Barry Dalen?
Barry Dalen.
Oh, it's my last name. You should know that.
Dalen.
Anyway. Barry, you're up.
But it's Welsh, so.
Dalen.
Barry Dalen. Yeah. So, not a huge INXS, kind of like Jimmy. But Kick was big for me when I was like, what were we, 15 the summer that 15-ish when that came out? When Kick came out? 14, 15?
We were 14 when it came out, but when it was really big was 88 when we were 15.
88 right? When we were 15.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I remember going to the racetrack with the dirt bikes and blasting fucking Kick in the fucking GMC Sierra van that we fucking had, or whatever it was called. But yeah, it was a big for that summer. I loved Kick. I just one of those bands that for some reason kind of stopped listening to. But there's a couple of I have a list, I don't know, 1,000 songs on, and there's probably 3 or 4 INXS songs on it. So when we started doing this list, I thought it's all going to be Kick. Well, it's not. is my number 4 is Original Sin.
Oh, yeah. Good
For
song.
some reason, I can remember where I was the first time I heard the song, and a classmate of mine being in the car in the backseat of my dad's car, and the lyric, "Dream on, white boy, dream on, black girl," and I remember him going, "Did he just say black girl?" For some reason, that's stuck in my fucking head. I don't know why. Now, I grew up in small town Muskoka. This guy probably never saw a black person in his life at that point. Who knows, really, right? Like, I'd only seen a handful, if that.
A handful.
They weren't. So I don't know. For some reason, that sticks out in my head. But if that song comes on, I turn it up. It's a driving song for me. I sing it. This is what the 4 songs that I picked are all songs that I sing along with if it comes on.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah, a little teaser. Yes. It was number 1 in Australia, number 20 in Canada, number 58 in the US. Also, I just was reading Daryl Hall sings in the chorus.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hall said Nile Rodgers called him and asked him to sing the song. Rodgers had to participate in remixing the single. Adult Education for Hall Notes the previous year. Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I like that.
That is cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
So I'm reading that off the internet as we are recording. So if that is wrong,
Breaking news, people. Breaking news.
I'm not doing any fact checking, so forgive me if I'm wrong. And then I do like Rob Thomas. I do like he did what Dink talked about, the 2010, the original Sin album came out, and he did the cover for it. I like his voice. I like the way he did it, but I do like that. So anyways, Original Sin is my number 4.
Nice
Good
pick.
pick.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I'm not an aficionado. Wasn't that like their last big hit or their last hit?
Original Sin?
Original Sin
Yeah.
was that was from 83. That was released in 83, Original Sin.
Oh, okay.
It's
All right.
from before Listen Like This. It's from this one.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm way off. I'll go back to my no notes. Shut up.
No, usually you're spot on. That's all right. So that's my number 4. Anyways.
Nice pick.
Yeah,
that was really on, that was really on my short list. I think it was like 5 or 6 for me, so it was getting up there.
I don't know why it just sticks in my head. Like it's a core memory for me for some reason. It was my introduction to the band too. So, you know,
it's catchy, right?
And it's that time, that poppy sound that I really liked at that time, right? That 680 or was 680 CFTR radio here in Toronto.
And as a big fan as I am, the Swing album is so good. It's surprising that they didn't break more from that song and that album before Listen Like Thieves.
Yeah,
that's just me because I love that album front to back too.
That's my wife's favorite album.
It's so good front to back, like so good.
Nice.
It's a little more raw. It's a little less polished, right? Like because they didn't have the dough or didn't have the prowess or whatever.
Well, there wasn't there also a style change from the new wave to the more modern sound on that album?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but
good pick. Good
lose
pick.
that new wave sound.
Apparently, I don't know the song, so I apologize. I'd like to say great pick.
It's my wife's favorite album. I don't know something.
You'll listen to it after the show to see what it's all about.
Doghouse. I'm on the couch.
All right, so my number 3 is off of Kick, and it is New Sensation. Yeah. I love this song. I love the live version of this song. I love the way it kicks. I love the album kick. I love the drums. I love his voice. I just love the way it sings. I sing it when it comes on the radio. Again, like I said, released in 87, number 1 in Canada. Number 13 in Canada Dance, actually, even.
Wow.
Number 3 in the US. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about it. I don't have any notes, really. I just really like that song. And I think I might like that from the Live Like This album, Live Like This album. I think I might like the live version is probably my favorite. When I started listening to this, I immediately went to that version first when we were talking about this band.
Well,
So
you
it's
tend
cool,
to
right? They released it on CD and DVD, right? It was one
Yeah,
of those.
yeah.
So,
Well, I mean,
I think I
going
had it
through
on
the-
cassette.
going through the show, you tend to, gravitate towards anything live.
I don't know
Yeah,
why I
that
love.
makes sense.
I find a lot of
That's
bands
cool.
sound
Well, that's your
harder
thing, right?
live and they
Yeah.
sound good. Like
Yeah,
you know,
and they sound less polished. Yeah,
yeah.
You get down to the core of the instrumentation and not the production.
Mm-hmm.
and we've talked about it too. There's other acts that can deter you from liking them if you listen to their live stuff.
Yeah,
because
there's a
you
few
can
bands.
tell,
that I-
maybe they're not so good. They need that studio to
yeah.
clean 'em
There's
up.
a few bands that I will listen to their albums, but I won't pay to see them in concert.
Right.
After being disappointed because I paid to see them in concert the first time.
Marley Crew.
We're talking about you. Okay.
Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing
Yeah,
Pumpkins.
no shit. I've heard they're awful. I've never seen anybody. I've never known anybody who said they were good live.
However, I know you guys were ripping on Oasis. I did watch they kicked off in Cardiff last night or the night before, and it
Yeah, I
was
know.
really good. What I've seen has
Oh,
been
those guys are
really
good.
good. They sounded really good.
Oh, I
No,
saw
they're-
everyone online just raving about it. I was like, oh, those bastards.
And it I know, but I really like them too. So whatever.
Yeah.
I like their music too. I
like some of it too,
I will
those
never mix the
fucking
two. I
idiots.
mean, let's be honest. If you're a musician that big, part of you becomes a kind of an egomaniac at some point, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Part narcissist just because you're afraid of losing what you have, or whatever. But
right.
It's bad as those guys are. They're excellent musicians.
Yeah, what's
Right.
the story? Morning Glories is a pretty good album. Like, fuck.
Well, and the clips that I
It's
saw,
all right.
the crowd singing along, which adds to it, right? It gives me chills when I was
their
watching.
fans love them. They don't give a shit if they're douches. Like, we love these guys. We're so glad they're back. I'm like, fuck those guys.
I'm glad they're back. I fucking love it. Fuck you guys.
Go fuck
Oh, probably
yourself.
listen to it.
Anyways, go fuck yourself. My number, what are we at? 2?
Too.
Number 2 is Taste It from X.
Ah,
That is my favorite song off of X.
okay. Yep, it's a good track. Very good
I
track.
honestly don't know it.
Really? I could find very little notes about it too. It wasn't a huge hit, but I fucking love that song and forgot about how much I liked it until I listened to it. I don't know. It's a little bit heavier or harder edge for them, maybe. There's something about it that I love the echoey effects that he does when he's singing. They add to it with the production, but Taste It is my number 2.
Good track.
You can't,
I don't have any notes.
you're-
Limited.
I don't think there's going to be a song where I'm like, ugh, because I don't think they have a song for
Right.
that for me. So they're all good, but
Well,
these are excellent.
Well, I could listen to Kick. I still do. I did, in fact, during this start to finish. It's one of those albums that,
Yeah.
right?
It is definitely
And I was surprised to say that X was almost the same for me.
X is pretty close, right?
I really like
I
X,
love that it
and
just-
I forgot how much I like it. Right? Even the hits, even Suicide Blonde was played so much, like heavy
Yeah.
radio play, heavy video play, like Jimmy, I think you said.
Yep.
But I still
Well, I don't want to
fucking
give
love
away
that
other
song.
people's songs, but Disappear and Bitter Tears were overkill too, right? But still good.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great album.
And then my number 1 is a ballad, and it's Never Tear Us Apart.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not a lot of notes again. Just really love the song, love the orchestra aspect, the strings in the background, love the video. I love I hate the word, but I love the vibe of it all. The song, I turn it up again whenever it's on. I sing it, even though I can't sing when
too.
nobody's around. Jimmy, do you have something to add?
No, because it may or may not be on my list next.
Oh. All right. Well, I don't have a lot of notes. That's all I really wanted to have to say. I just with INXS, I didn't have a ton of notes. I just really the songs I really like.
Yeah.
That's it.
True. I mean that's a fantastic statement because that's how I feel.
And I've said it before, but in an industry that everyone could easily sound like everybody, it's very hard to find your own sound, and they have their own sound.
Definitively.
Yeah, and even in their later albums, yes, they tried. They experiment with different sounds and going in different directions, but it still fundamentally still sound like INXS.
distinctive voice, though. He's got his voice was so good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I mean, on that note, before I go to my list, this band constantly was going through change. They did not have an AC/DC sound their whole time. They did not have that same vibe every album. Every album did morph into a newer sound, better production values. Obviously, comes with higher money and all that stuff. So they were kind of in a state of a lot of change. Was it really fast change? No. It was a metamorphosis from that first album, or I don't even know the first album, but the first album I'm familiar with, to I would stop at X, where I don't know anything if there was anything after that, but there was a constant change.
Well, if you listen to the first album side by side with Listen Like Thieves, X, or Kick, it's nothing. It's very 1980 new wave.
Yeah, right.
Choppy.
Yeah.
Like it still sounds like Michael, but it's almost like he became more refined, obviously, but so did all the rest of them.
Mhm.
It's kind of like it had a bit of the like split ends, kind of like, and I'm saying that because they were the same time.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I can see
Same
that.
area, same time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that kind of sounds. So,
Well, you being the resident, INXS lover, what was the first album?
self-titled.
Self-titled. Okay.
What was the release? 82, 80,
80.
80.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fast car driving, sleek and modern, public transit, photos waiting. Like that's one
Yeah.
of the songs.
Like a Gary Newman kind of feel.
I went back and tried to listen to some of that stuff, and
Yeah,
for me,
exactly. Like, and I like it
Yeah.
because I like them, but it's not my favorite by any means. And when I fell in love with them, of course, like any band, like I've mentioned in other episodes, you go back and get all their stuff, right? And they're like, holy shit, they've really changed. This is okay. I like it because I like them, but I don't really like it.
Michael Hutchins sings Devo's greatest hits.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit like Split Ends meets Devo and Gary Newman,
Right.
right? All wrapped up into one, right?
all right. That's my list. And Jimmy, you're up.
All right.
I don't know.
He says with absolutely no confidence whatsoever.
Right.
With a question mark.
Well,
You're
The cool thing is with
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Who's next?
Right. What's cool so far with such a big catalog, half of us know samesies. INXS has been musically in my formative years to into my adult life, so they've always been around.
So last week,
right? Right.
Sorry.
I'm a bearded prepubescent boy. That's yeah. So yeah, I mean, I told you my story of being
Hair up top.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I gotta get the giggles
What a
out.
terrible image.
Right?
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I guess my bad.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Party on the top.
Right?
Doors closed on the
Right.
boat.
Right. Top to bottom mullet. All right.
You're not making it any better.
Is that dreadlocks?
So anyway,
I thought I was the one growing Michael's hair.
right. So like for me, high school, I was a metalhead, and INXS was
Sorry. Just how you said that. Sound like you're in like AA.
right.
I was.
I'm a metal
I'm
head.
Jimmy. I'm a metal.
Jimmy. Sorry.
I like metal.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy. I'm Jimmy, and I'm a metalhead.
Oh, shut up.
What a great group that would have been.
So high school is that's going to be Kick, because that would have been like what my senior year, 88, 89 was my senior year, or part of a multiple senior.
was gonna say, how many-
Senior part one.
So no, a lot of the girls were really into INXS Kick. That was Tom Petty and Kick those were the concert shirts that the girls were wearing in school.
Right.
My now wife, we went to high school together, junior high and high school together. She adored INXS, and she helped me with my list. She helped me. What's that?
Is that allowed?
I'll say it again. Oh, I love your wife.
Wow, I feel.
I just got to keep that going now.
The way you said that, I feel a little wet. So no,
WAP? You got a little
we're
WAP?
going to be doing INXS, and I knew the hits. I didn't have a vast knowledge of INXS, so I said, you need to give me some stuff that I can kind of go deep dive in with, because these guys are going to have some fucking stellar stuff, and I want to have some deep dive stuff. So she pointed me in a couple directions, and I went from there. So going with that, I'm going to start with number 4. It's Don't Change, Shabu Shabba, 1982. This is my own description. It's not from Rolling Stone or anything. The way this song starts out is very early U2 meets kind of a Rod Stewart, Young Turks kind of feel.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It's a really cool new wave-ish. It's not that Listen Like Thieves Kick X sound that they had, but you could feel that they had something. There was momentum to them. Just the way the song starts out, they were trying to build, and it was really cool, and I liked that build. I liked his voice. I liked how the drummer comes in with this. They were very heavy keyboard laden at that time, not so much piano, but keyboard.
Yeah.
Sign of the times, but I really, really love this song. This song is the song that made them an international success. This is the one that kind of broke them out of Australia. And in pre-production, I talked about INXS has a song that's been covered 12 times. This song has been covered by 12 different artists. Everclear, Goo Goo Dolls, Bruce Springsteen, and Limp Bizkit.
Springsteen?
Right, I'm having some issues.
I said it like our church. Springsteen.
Right. So this is a beloved song for 12 major acts to go through and redo this and have a cover of it.
Artists love this song, right?
That's my notes. I don't have a lot. There's not a lot of history to this. I mean, Wikipedia doesn't go too deep. So you guys fill in the blanks.
It's a good choice. This song for me, like I said, when I went backwards after really falling for them, and I really, really fell for them with Kick, but it was Listen Like Thieves, and it was What You Need. Like I said in my intro, I taped off My Sister, right? And then got familiar with that album. And when Kick came out, I was like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard. But when I went back, when I heard Don't Change, and they have another hit off that, the one thing, those songs were familiar, but I don't really remember them. But Don't Change was, especially out of the two, it was really, really familiar. So it must have had some play where in North America or in Canada anyway, they tried to push it, right? Yeah. And same with Original Sin. They tried to push it, and it never really, really caught on until they got big, and then those songs became huge. They're older songs, right? Right. I think it's a great choice. I like the song, and when you said that in pre-production about the covering, I was thinking it was Need You Tonight. I didn't think it was Don't Change. Mm-hmm. I never clued in that would be the song that. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about it. It's a great song.
Yeah, I don't think I mentioned, but you just did now. You said Don't Change is like when they went big. It was for years, like throughout the freaking 90s. I kept on forgetting that the one thing was them. I always thought it was some like one hit wonders. Like, oh, and then I remember I was like, it must have been like, I don't know, it must have been like, I don't know, somewhere in band practice or something like that. And I heard like, oh, I love this. Who is this? And I figured, oh shit, this is INXS. Wow, this is freaking cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that entire album, I ended up doing a deep dive on this album as well. Yeah. Don't Change is a great song, man.
Yeah. Well, I also have to add is up until my wife pointed me into this direction, I had never heard this song before. This was new to me. It was fresh, and there was something about it. It is now on one of my playlists, so I do hear it more. It was a new song to me, and that's probably why I liked it so much.
Good job, Jenny. Keep pumping out that INXS.
Kudos, Jenny. So that'll lead me right into number 2, which you guys already talked about. It's The One Thing. Same album, 1982.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, if this is what
she introduced that album, and you kind of fall. Well, those are the 2 big ones, but
now
you're falling for it.
This song, I knew this song. I never knew who it was, like what Joe said. It was always one of those songs that was always playing around. I didn't know who it was.
One of those fucking 80s songs. You're like,
I didn't know the name of the song. I didn't know anything.
Fergal Sharkey?
Yeah, right. So this is actually cool because this song actually charted in America, U.S. Billboard 100, number 30, Canada, number 31.
Right, and that's probably why I knew it, because it did chart.
Yeah. Well, it was also their first top 40 hit. So,
oh, wow.
And this also leads to another conversation about INXS and the 80s. They had a saxophone solo in this song, and they loved their fucking saxophone solo.
They certainly did.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really prevalent. Sorry. And again, just early new wave. And for being the metalhead that I was, there was always the secret listen, because I think Chris and I talked about this in other episodes. There was always the secret song that you kind of liked, but you didn't tell your friends about. So some early new wave stuff I really did like. I mean, Duran Duran. I've always been a fan of Duran Duran. I didn't put a patch on my Iron Maiden jeans,
Right.
but so there was always
the patch is underneath the Iron Maiden.
Right. Priest Dio Duran Duran.
I was just going to say the same thing. So yeah, I mean, there's something to be said about that new wave thing that came through, because it was kind of a world beater kind of sound. It did kind of break the radio play and all of that. So secretly I did like it a lot, and I did know the song. Again, I didn't know who it was, but now that I know who it is, I play it frequently.
Yeah, the funny thing is, so my wife Gina is a litmus for me. So she really, if it's not radio, she doesn't know a lot of non-hits unless she's been in, forced to listen to it, like Prince or Wendy and Lisa or whatever. And she knows some tracks, right, like album tracks. But when this song came on tape, it's on rotation tape. Just listening. I always like to listen to the same 2 artists because I think we talked about before. We record 2 shows in one session. So I was listening to both artists today on on a giant playlist and made of both. And then later on, while we're eating dinner, let's throw up the videos, right? And so this video came on, and I told my wife, yeah, when I was younger, for years, I didn't know this was INXS. And she goes, oh, this is INXS?
Yeah.
Then I said, wait, do you know this song? She goes, oh yeah, I know the song. And it wasn't a huge hit. And so it surprises me she knew it, because like I said, if it wasn't very popular, she tends not to know the song, but yes, even she knew this song. So yeah, it's pretty interesting too, because when you look at the video, they all got like 60s or 50s, slick back hair, and it's very
it's kind of a fun video too.
It is, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm an 80s video baby. So when I did this, obviously I went to YouTube and I threw a lot of videos in and just INXS and played it. But how I really did this list was different than I've ever done any of my lists. Is Alexa. I do the primary amount of cooking in the home. I like to cook.
He's an excellent cook. Very good cook.
Yeah, I used to be a chef, blah, blah, blah. Artist, blah, blah, blah.
Used to be an artist. Blah, blah,
blah. But so I like to play music when I cook because it's kind of my happy place. So I told Alexa, just play INXS hits. And they just kept coming and kept coming. I'm like, fuck, I know this song. Holy shit, I know this song. Fuck, I know this song. So it was really cool. It was almost a revelation. A revelation. And it was really cool. And I've done that a couple times with INXS since that initial Alexa pressing. So I guess I'm going to move on to my number 3 if you guys don't have any more notes. So we're
we'll just add the Alexa thing. Katie does the majority of the cooking. Well, and maybe 75-25. But when I am upstairs, because I listen to my own stuff in the basement, right?
Yeah.
Usually through my phone into a speaker on Spotify or whatever. But when I like to do the Alexa just to see with any artist what they play. Because Spotify gives you, because it's my predominant thing that I use, it gives you the top 5 listens, right?
Yeah.
Where I always like to, Alexa, play this, play Def Leppard. I want to see the 5. It's the first few it's going to play, right?
Oh, and that. I did that the other night, and it's the worst Def Leppard list.
Sometimes it's terrible. I'm like, holy shit, who's doing this other than Alexa? Like, who
13 versions of 2 Steps Behind. What the fuck? Give me a different song.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break.
No, I get it.
I'm calm now.
Yeah.
I'm calm now.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's good. That's good. Don't change.
I won't change.
Don't do it.
All right. So
Do it.
So we're gonna fast forward from that Shabu Shaba 1982. We're gonna go to 1987 and kick. It hasn't been said yet, so I'm excited about that. I love the video more than the song. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yep.
The video opens up with Michael Hutchence and the piano player, Dink.
Andrew Ferris?
Andrew Ferris. And there's a ragtime feel, and it's just him, and there's this cool reverb.
Yeah.
Mystify.
All bells and misty.
And the piano player's what's next? The chorus. And then it's really
cool. The video's so cool.
And that actually made the hair stand up on my leg or my legs. This is my leg. And it's really cool, and I like
nice
it.
leg.
Previews as in legs there.
Right?
Welcome to our new show, Anatomy with Jimmy.
Right.
Oh,
I think I talk too much on this show. I'm
Not at all.
I don't think it's
Just so you guys
I'm ready
know,
for more
I'm
body
aware
parts.
that I talk too much. So, all right. So anyway, I do really like the song, but the best part of that song is probably the video format. Is just them. It's very quaint. There's a calmness, and there's like a cool nature to it, and that gets me every single time. It felt like they were writing it at that moment. They probably weren't. That was probably some sort of production.
Right.
value.
It was probably videoed to make it look like that, but I'm sure that's probably similar to how it actually happened.
But that hit me in my heart, and that's what I like about it. And the song is really cool, and
the song is awesome.
I'm not a big keyboard kind of guy, but there's something about that piano tone that he has, because it's a really nice, crisp, clean, pure piano tone, and that got me. I don't have a lot of notes. Canada top singles number 41. U.S. album Rock Tracks number 17. I just really like the song. So fill in the notes, guys.
No, the song's awesome.
Song's great. Love it.
Great pick.
No notes.
You can't go wrong with that song. You really can't.
Sometimes it doesn't need to be notes or have notes, because it's just like
I'm gonna go back and watch the video because I do not remember it now that you brought that up.
The video is really cool. I'm
sure I've seen it, but
it was in heavy rotation.
Yeah, it was released, and for how much I know this band, I didn't even realize until just recently that they released it. I think it was on one of our shows. 87 maybe, when I was talking about New Sensation, and I said New Sensation was the lead single, and then I went and looked, and while we were recording, and Devil Inside was, and I'm like, oh, they released Mystify. I didn't even know they released it, because I always thought it was a hidden gem that people should know because it's such a great song, and meanwhile it was released. So
well, this album had just a seemingly plethora of hits. It was just that album, you were almost inundated with this album because it was playing everywhere, gas stations, everywhere you went.
I'm humming it in my head right now when you're talking about it.
Yep.
Like, fuck.
I was just like, dun, 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 dun. I love it. It's awesome. So, all right, I guess I'm going to move on. It's going to be the same album, and it will be our first samesies. Chris had it as his number one spot. It's my number one spot too. Never Tear Us Apart. There's kind of a cool tragic note to it. Hold on, I have a little thing here. Yeah. So the song was written for his girlfriend Michelle Bennett. They dated from 82 to 87. They remained close friends for the rest of their lives. In fact, she was the last person he talked to before he passed away. Rest in peace. I don't care about all the bullshit stories you heard and all that stuff that happened around his death. We've made fun, poke fun here and there. But really, it's a sad thing because he was a rock star. He was a true rock star. He was a great talent. I loved his voice. He had an original voice.
Underrated voice.
Yeah, he had a great way to use his tonal expressions, the way that he formulated sentences. They weren't like anyone else. He had these crests and throughs. And again, I'm going to say it again. He had a very sexy voice. He had this cool register to his voice that brought you in. And also he could push you away. So that's pretty much that's it. Saxophone solo again. This reminiscence of the 80s. Huge saxophone solo in this. Right now you can hear how it goes. There's a really cool line in there that's always resonated with me. And the words are cool, but it's how he did it. And he puts a breath and a big pause. And it's, if we could live, pause, for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
It's fucking really cool. And then how he, that some of us don't know why.
Yeah, it's so good.
Fucking really cool. It's a powerful song. And then he brings it back down. I was standing, you were there. It's really cool. You can kind of envision in your mind, at least I can, what he was thinking in that. So that is my number one, and I think it's a beautiful song, and I've always loved it since it came out, and I will always love this song above all other INXS songs. Again, rest in peace, Michael.
Yes.
Yeah, Chris did it before. He sings with some songs. This is one song, one of those songs when it comes on, every time I sing it. Every single time.
Me too. Belt it out.
Yeah, you got to belt it out, right? Like,
it's almost like that. Almost has that 50s soul swing vocal line. I fucking love that. It's so good.
This song has been covered a few times too, slower versions. And don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the original that they wrote was quicker. And
really?
They decided, or the label, or Chris Murphy or somebody had said, slow it down a little bit. And look at what came of it. Just
right.
Beautiful,
that solo wouldn't have worked faster.
No.
I can't believe
I don't think
I didn't bring it up.
Just speed it up.
I love that saxophone. I can't believe I didn't bring it up, but you're right. I'm a sucker for saxophone, right?
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, good
love
call.
it.
Great pick.
So that's it. I guess it's to the host master supreme, Dink, and the INXS lover among us. So
it's off to me.
Let's hear the real list.
Let's hear the real list.
Well, no, I would normally say that as a joke, right? Because that's
me too. I say it all the time.
Shtick. But you guys, all your picks are great. So like, there's no complaints. Like I said, I don't believe you. Really bad song in their catalog. I do have one Samesy in my 4.
Wow.
And you probably knew that going in if you've watched other episodes. I left it in this list. It had to be. It was in our 87 episode, but I'll get to that. So my number 4 is the title track from Listen Like Thieves. It is Listen Like Thieves.
I wanted to put that in.
Yep.
This song is incredible. This album is, I think, underrated because of the popularity of Kick and the popularity of just solely What You Need. The entire album is good. And this song is a gem. There's a few gems on it, and it's coming. There's another one coming up again later on the list. But this song, blends rock and new wave elements. I have in my notes.
Yep.
explores themes of power, perception, and resilience. The lyrics, co-written like many or all of the songs by Michael and Andrew, suggest a call to action, urging the listener to remain vigilant and engaged in a world where power dynamics often favor the few. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, no, I've always loved this song. I don't think it gets the credit it deserves. And I don't know if that's a title track thing or just, like I said, just the power of what you need dominated that album, right?
Yeah.
And it was almost like a single and other songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well,
that's it. That's my
It's
number.
also the power of, Listen Like Thieves, and all of a sudden What You Need comes out. It dominates over the previous song. There's been a lot of bands that have that, where they have a breakout song that was really good, and the next song is just superior. But that's
Right.
just my perspective.
Right.
Because as soon as you said that, I'm hearing doom, da, ba, doom, doom, da, dun, da, da, dun,
Right.
da, dun, da.
Yeah, it's catchy, right? Like,
It's on my short
It's
list.
a groovy little bass line to What You Need. So
right.
Yeah, great pick. Like I said, it was on my short list too. So yeah.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad it's not forgotten in their catalog because
It's a great album, man. It's a great album.
Because we don't have honorable mentions, I don't want to rattle off a bunch of other songs.
I was
But
just gonna say that. Yeah.
there's other songs on that album that I would love to list, just because. But in fact, the one right after. But anyway,
You're such a sneaky bitch.
so you know the album.
If you had one.
But anyway, because all their songs, and like I say that about the next song on the album, but all their songs that aren't really piano or keyboard driven have a cool guitar riff, and it's like I said, it's Andrew. It's not even the guitarist. I don't know how much Tim and Kirk brought to the table. I think it's Andrew coming up with all of it because he also plays the guitar. And then here, guys, because they have two guitarists is cool too, right?
Yeah.
Here, guys, what can you do with this? Who wants to play this part, and who wants to play the solo? And Kirk's like, well, Tim can play the solo because I'm going to play the fucking saxophone. But anyway,
Was he the sax player?
Kirk's a sax player, yeah.
Okay.
But he's also the guitarist too, right? But Tim's the Tim Andrews' brother is the lead guitarist, and Kirk.
Right.
But then on other stuff, Kirk will play the lead too. So they swap all over the place, right? So anyway, I will move on to my number 3. My number 3 is my opinion of the best song on X, and it is By My Side. It is totally Andrew Ferris, a piano-driven song that it's kind of haunting. So it's a ballady type, so shocking that Dink loves it. And it's very those two together, like Andrew's piano and Michael's voice, right? The rest of the band is almost irrelevant in that song.
Yeah.
In some cases, that happens quite often.
It happens, right? So it's funny that those two, the same with Mystify, it's those two, right? The other guys are playing, obviously, in parts of Mystify.
Right.
But it's those two with their songwriting, with them sitting. That's why that video is so cool, sitting by a piano. I bet they did it for this song too, right?
And in black and white, yeah.
Right. I believe this video might be in black and white as well.
I have to go back and look, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just an excellent song. Like I said, it's kind of haunting. Explores themes of love, longing, connection. Melodic composition resonates with many listeners. Like, I don't have a lot of notes because this is definitely a band where I can easily say, I just love this song because it's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes
This
that's
list has
right.
been in stone. Yeah, this list has been in stone for this might have been my very first list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've had it in stone for a long time because I love these guys, and this song has always been the gem from X, and that's not to take away from the other songs like that you guys mentioned. I love this song. I loved when it came out. I was like, holy shit! And I would play it for some of my friends, and some of them were pop, some of them were rockers, and they were like, they didn't get it. Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is just so melodic and beautiful. Don't you get this song? It's fucking awesome.
Well, sometimes music is just for you.
Just for me. Right.
And
It's
a
like
lot
they
of
wrote
people
this one just for
forget
me. Right.
A lot of people forget that.
It's an emotional art form.
Absolutely. In every fucking sense.
Totally. This is a song that I could see in a movie. I don't think it's ever been in a movie, but it has that movie feel. Like
Yeah.
they could easily be in the background of some whodunit murder mystery kind of, you know, even with just the music itself, not the lyrics or
Would
the
you
singing.
survive? Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 3.
Nice.
If you don't know the song, it'd be harder to comment.
I'm
on
not
it.
familiar with it, so I have no notes. I apologize.
Great pick.
All right, I'll move on to number 2. We won't have to talk about it too much because it is easily picked for me, and I've mentioned it in the 87 episode. It is New Sensation. It's my second favorite INXS song of all time. I believe I said it in that episode. It's the same Z, of course, from tonight with Chris. Chris, you covered everything, and anything that isn't covered, I probably said it in the 87 episode. So go back and check that out. Joe's drunk.
I'm still drunk from that episode.
Wow. Thank you, Josh Wines, for providing ample sustenance
Yeah, thank you, Josh. You're taking an entire evening away from me.
in 97 episodes.
But yeah, no, I love the song. So it's the gem from Kick for me. But there's so much like that. Like we've talked about, that album is so good front to back. So, but yeah, that's my number 2. And my number 1 is infamously on the top 20 favorite songs of all time. So I thought we were done with this fucking list. But this song, I think, is number 6 or 7 on that list. Of course, because I love these guys. And it is also on Listen Like These, and it is Shine Like It Does. It is also a ballad, a guitar-driven ballad. I fell in love with this song right around the time I was falling in love with the band. When I saw them the first time, so I did what I mentioned. I saw them twice in a week. I know that's cheesy, right? And everybody's seen lots of bands, and some people have seen bands multiple times, but twice in a week's pretty cool. And it was for a 15-year-old. And I think I mentioned we took the train from Belleville to Ottawa for the first time. And that first concert, because the second concert, this was on a Wednesday, on the Saturday when we went to Toronto to see them, it was the exact same show. So, well, of course. And it was outdoor at the exhibition stadium where the Jays used to play. It was a little more open. Where the first one was at the Civic Center where the Ottawa 67s used to play. And I think where the Senators played in their first few years before they.
Yeah, their first year for sure. Yeah.
And we were literally, when I say we were on the roof, we were the last row. You could touch the roof because there was like 6 of us, and we were jumping up and down and dancing, and we could put our hands, like the last row of seats, you could touch the roof. Like, it was weird. But anyway, when they did this song, and you figure when we saw this, it was the Calling All Nations or the Kick Tour, whatever you want to call it. They only had Kick and those albums before, and they're not going to play too much stuff from the early years so they played Kick pretty much in its entirety, and they played a lot of Listen Like These, including this song. And when they did, Kirk played the guitar, and him and Michael sat on stools on the stage and did it acoustic.
Oh, awesome. I love that.
Right, and it was lighter time, and everybody kind of quieted down. And I was like, I had the hair on my legs was standing up, and I was like, this is the greatest, for 15-year-old, this is the greatest thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. And I couldn't wait for it on the Saturday when we went back, and it wasn't quite the same in a much more open setting, but it was still good. But no, I love this song. I've always loved this song since that moment, and it will forever be my favorite song by them. And a lot of people don't know it, right? Because again, it gets lost. It lost in the mix on Listen Like Thieves and lost in the mix on their catalogs. So,
yeah, I'm not familiar with the song, so I'm gonna have to go back.
It's pretty basic. It's one of their more basic songs. There's not a lot to it, right?
Sometimes basic works, obviously.
In this case,
it is a really good song.
Yeah,
it was on my short list. Yeah.
That's it. That's my number 1. There's really not
song.
much more I could say about their music. Like I said, there's so many other songs I'd like to talk about, but we're gonna not do that. We're gonna stand firm or stand tall, like the record makers, Killer Dwarves, right?
Yeah.
Stick to your guns.
Right. And we're not going to do honorable mentions because this show is already running about as long as we want. So
yeah,
Maybe
But we are
wrap-
doing something new, though, aren't we?
we are doing something new. We're scrapping. What? We're scrapping the honorable mentions. We have yet to introduce the shots, and we were worried about samesies on this show, and we didn't have that many. So we could have had it. We could have had 2 shots. We could have had a new sensation shot and a never tear us apart shot.
Right.
On that, we're big boys.
We didn't. Someday we'll introduce the shots. But we are introducing a new show called Queued Up. It will be once a month, and it will basically just be us quickly rattling off what we're listening to, whether it's new, old, or otherwise, or what we're watching, anything music related. We're just going to kind of shoot the shit, and we're going to film it. I don't know if you guys want to add anything as to a better description than that, or.
Well, it's not a ranking show. It's just us shooting the shit about our deep dives that we do musically. It's going to be more.
Maybe he's going to show us his legs.
Yeah. Look at these gams.
Look at those hairy things.
Free he doesn't. I can't even say it.
A bearded prepubescent man.
Bearded.
I know. I'm trying not to laugh.
Well, I can't wait until we get done with the second show.
Oh shit! But yeah, no, I think that covers Queued Up, right? Like,
yeah,
that's the flavor.
And it's called Queued Up.
It's called Queued Up.
Queued Up.
Yep, it'll still be on the same stream as our regular podcast, on the same YouTube channel,
same landing page.
Yeah, we're gonna just throw it out once a month, and like I said, it could be some new stuff, so that'll be cool for people like to see what we're listening to.
It could be 15 minutes long.
Yes. They're all breezy like.
It could be documentaries, could be anything music, right? Like here's my Circus magazine poster from '82.
Right?
It could be 15 minutes long. It could be 40 minutes long, but it won't be extremely long.
Jimmy's jean jacket with all his patches.
With his Duran Duran patch.
Priest. So, you know what? Bring it back in, guys. Bring it back in. I do have one more INXS note. Dink and I have talked a couple different times on different episodes about INXS, Rockstar INXS. JD Fortune was the winner. I did watch it at the time. There was a local person, Marty Casey, from the Love Hammers,
trees.
Yeah, the tree, absolutely. MTV used it a couple times. He was the runner-up. So I always forgot his name. I did look it up, and I wanted to say it specifically in this episode. Marty Casey, I wanted you to win. Hopefully you're watching. We love you.
Yeah, and they're getting back together. There's a reunion tour.
The Love Hammers or
the Rockstar INXS.
Oh, okay.
With Susie McNeil and Marty Casey and Mig or whatever the Australian guy.
Yeah.
And there's 4 or 5 of them that are getting together, and they're doing it. They're coming to Canada. I don't know. They're doing a little tour.
Doing little medleys.
Yeah, that's funny that you said that, because I listened to a bunch of Love Hammers after that, because I liked Marty Casey too. I think he did great. Franz Ferdinand, like he did a bunch of really good. Take Me Out.
He did an amazing version of that.
But I fell in love with that Tree song. I used to put it on a bunch of CDs back when I was burning CDs. Nope. It'll be you and me up in the trees. Yeah, good times. Anyway,
are they going to invite Dua Lipa? I mean, she could sing "Break My Heart." I mean, since the song is pretty much "Need You Tonight," so
that's true, eh?
I love the fact they released the song. It wasn't until everyone goes, "This sounds like something." Everyone goes,
"Sounds like something."
It's the guitar line that "Need You Tonight," and they go, "Oh, we're also giving writing credit to Hutchins and."
And have you seen those reels where they break down like 4 or 5 of her songs? Or
they're all stolen. They're all stolen.
Yeah. Well, she's been sued multiple times, sealed court cases.
She's got no hair on her legs, though. Anyway, on that note, we're going to sign off.
I love my wife.
Well, I love your wife, too. So. Great episode, guys. Of course, I love the band, so this was awesome to talk about their music. And, that's really – I don't have anything else. If you guys don't have anything else.
No, this was fun.
All good.
A lot of fun.
This was good. All right. Until next time.
Okay, stop doing that.
Go fuck yourself.
Visit JustRankPod.com.
All right, all that stuff too. Yeah.
You can.
My
you
camera can go fuck itself.
audio-visual delights.
Ring
You
the
can-
bell, fucking all that shit.
AC/DC, hit that bell.
The
I'm
baby-
Jimmy.
I'm Joe.
He's shut the fuck up.
I'm Barry Dillon. Go fuck yourself, camera.
I'm
Stop
Barry
out,
Lincoln,
folks.
the man on the street grid.
I love
Yeah.
you, Duran Duran.
This ending's becoming like the ending of the Lord of the Rings.
Welcome
There's
to Queued Up.
14
We're already started.
Precious.
Oh, fuck.